Okay. I'm going to do at least one more run. If I have a lot of bad starts, I'll probably give up. But I'd like to get one more good run in.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnasculpt. Your progress
I
may be
can
monitored
feel
by
such a good
qualified
time
specialists.
potential.
This orientation will adapt you to
But just
eyelids,
a
our
couple fuck-ups are
interactive, lucid
preventing me from
induction
getting it.
dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control. Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care.
So somebody in my chat was telling me
you will
that
lose the
her
ability
voice
to awaken
is
suddenly due to
in
realizing
the files
that this
is
a
listed
dream.
as like
Evidence. I have
butler or
already
something like
informed
that,
you
or like
this is a
servant,
dream.
something
You did not
bizarre
wake up. Please
and
complete the
nonsensical.
remaining orientation activities.
The voice that only appears in the exit protocol part is just called exit, and then the other one is called Pierce. But it's just so strange
All
that it's
environments
called
perceived during
this one's called
eyelids should
butler
reflect
or
a
something
typical
like that.
mental state.
It's
If you believe your mental state was
nothing
compromised
that
by
she says
Somnasculpt,
leads you to
please
believe that
provide
she
a
would be
comprehensive, rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be
Butler. It's very
eligible for a
strange.
gift card.
Unless her name is Butler. Please don't fall. Thank you.
Please stand by for polite recognition on your completion of the Somnasculpt orientation. You did it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
Yeah, you're probably right, Dawn. There has been quite a long time for that to, for things like that to evolve. $223. Very cool. Okay, wrong button. That's fine. I wonder what place this puts me at. 2821. I think it's third place instead of fourth. So that's cool. I don't remember what second place is, honestly. Whew. Nice.
Hello.
It takes 100% of my brain power to do that in any sort of quick way.
Being special. So special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are. But not to worry. We're working on it.
Oops. There's got to be a thing to prevent me from bringing something along, right? Because if there's not, I would just bring it. Yeah, there is. Okay. I was like, I could just take the
Hello.
cube.
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'm just
unfortunate.
popping in to give you a quick update on where you are. We still don't know. But
I get so
please
tense
keep
when
moving forward,
there's
and
a
hopefully you
jump
prefer
that's like
frequent
right on
updates
the edge
to
of being too
reminded
tall.
that you are completely lost.
I want to see like my heart rate, a heart rate graph for this game. You know, it would spike specifically when I need to make a jump that's just a little bit tight.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and we still can't find you. But you should now have access to a series of elevators that should trigger your subconscious to gradually wake you up.
Okay, so that is a pretty consistent way to do it. It's not super fast, but it is very consistent.
Will all of this work? That this elevator does not wake you up, please don't interact with anything that strikes you as psychologically significant. As we...
Gold! Unfortunately, it cuts off before you get to hear him advise you to, if you see your parents, punch them in their face as hard as you can and run away. That way you don't see anything psychologically significant. It's a big red flag, apparently.
This is an automated message for all patients who attempted to use an alternate pathway to access the next phase of Somnasculpt therapy, but who have become trapped in a dream state paradox instead. Your decisions imply a failure of orientation, which reflects negatively on the standard orientation protocol. You will rectify this failure immediately.
Oh. It's a little overkill, but that's fine. Shit like that doesn't waste that much time. And the more I play, the more that stuff will smooth out.
The average adult can only withstand 3 to 5 dreams per night. Once this threshold is eclipsed by entering more dreams, your mind will suffer an explosive mental overload, reorienting you for the emergency exit protocol. Please subject yourself
tell my
to
dad to watch,
explosive
actually. I bet
mental
he'd appreciate
overload.
this game.
Please note that a reluctance to volunteer for the risks associated with explosive mental overload implies a misunderstanding of all other solutions, all of which are far more traumatic and likelier to result in catastrophe. I am not capable of suboptimal suggestions. Please exit this dream as soon as possible.
That was rough. I don't know why I said it so close to me. That's right. Most of my time save will be in Dollhouse, and I'll have a little bit to do here in Blackout.
Hello,
to save some
my
time.
name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Not very much.
And despite touring the Waterfall Serenity Zone in the previous
But
section
honestly,
you've just completed,
I think I'm close
you
to...
may still be experiencing feelings of worthlessness and
I don't think I have any major mistakes in like
Why do I
any
feel
of
like
the other
everything is going wrong, even when the sun is
bits.
shining?
So I'm getting close to like the point where I'm gonna stop making big PBs. Because for the most part, I won't have any big mistakes. It'll just be like little movement things that I could do better. Oh, come on. That was so close. Why's it gotta be like that?
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk more about the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before.
There
You
goes
feel
a
this
few
way
seconds of
because
time
you want
save I was
the
gonna
kind of
get
happy
from this
life
part.
you see all around you, the kind you know everyone else is enjoying. And that's exactly why we're here to help.
Warning. You were advised to subject yourself to explosive mental overload by descending into additional dreams, but have now descended into a dream within a dream instead, disorienting yourself even further. You are responsible for failing to make this crucial distinction. Did you know that unintentional multi-dream layering occurs in less than 1% of patients? This correlates strongly with the 99% of patients who are able to follow simple instructions from the standard orientation protocol.
I'm gonna have a sick clone, I'm gonna have a sick dollhouse. And it's gonna be awesome. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Attention. Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure.
Let's not boost.
Significant memory loss, both quantitative and qualitative.
Nice.
Hallucinations of dreaded or annoying objects. Unrealistic beliefs about the lengths of hallways. And other side effects which have not yet been discovered or which cannot be understood.
Come on, lucky apple. Hell yeah. I'm lucky. Good RNG. It's not totally RNG, but the way an apple bounces around can't be for sure predicted. It's hard to be consistent on that part.
Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel
There's actually
you.
no RNG.
I have no
in the strict sense of what RNG
but I
is.
cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages.
Nice.
They would not make sense regardless. Attention. Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors. I will interpret his basic ideas. Hello, my introductions are redundant. I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake.
Hello.
I was watching Fox and play
also do
Pokemon
not
today.
know how.
To the
Oh my god, I can't think of all these so many voices.
Team of your care leader, patient
I was watching
years
Fox
in
play Pokemon today.
Condition.
And like the whole time, yay, gold. I'm like, not the whole time, not that much of a dickhead, but it's just, okay, I don't know why I did this. But it's just unfortunate to look at how fun some parts of the game are and how good the design is. And then look at all the dog shit textures everywhere. It's so distracting.
Hello.
To me, at least.
My name
It's
is
just
Dr.
like
Glenn Pierce. This is a notification.
insane
You have
that they didn't
reappeared
just
on our
like
monitoring
take.
system after a prolonged absence.
I don't know. It's just.
Please continue to do whatever you did most recently. And
It's just the thing that
discontinue
stands out the
whatever you
most
were
to
doing
me.
immediately prior to that.
Is how shit some of the textures are. They're like so low res in places. Or appear low res, even if they're not low res. They look just gross. But I've complained about it too many times in Foxton's chat, so I'll complain about it on my stream, where I can complain about whatever I want to.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had. Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
Further away than I wanted to push that, that's fine. Oh, I made it smaller. I can physically push position it like that. It's hard. It's really hard. Because when the fan is that big, you know, like whenever you try to set something down in this game, it like goes on like whatever surface is closest to it because it's like overlaid on top of everything, you know. So getting it around the Jenga tower when it's gigantic is really hard. And then it pushes it like behind you. So you end up having to travel a bit for it anyway. But yeah, it is possible. It's just not easy.
Hello.
But it would probably be smart to try to practice that until
and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients.
I'm glad that works.
Congratulations.
I'd be so fucked if it didn't.
Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Okay. Still plenty of time to save there, though.
Emergency exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in 8. Error.
I know that's a text-to-speech.
Orientation protocol.
Stand by for analysis.
Error analysis complete.
And if it's not, again, I can't believe they would put in the effort to make it sound like a text-to-speech and make it in person. It's got to be a text-to-speech.
Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis. Patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion.
Impossible.
Impossible. Reformulating. Improved hypothesis. Patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion. Emergency exit protocol cannot proceed. Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed. Instruction. Continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
Beep, 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 beep. I think that door frame has got to be the trigger. What's the trigger here? This? These doors? The corner? Pipe. Just forget how the game works. I always get tripped up on this part for some reason. I like completely forget how to play this game and how the main gimmick works. I'm like, should I back up or should I get closer to it?
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
I don't know why.
For completing the Somnasculpt
but that part where you're sideways is such a mindfuck. Where it was when I first did it.
I'd like to briefly describe the finite.
It was so disorienting. And it was obviously designed to be that way because it has you restart in that spot like 4 times the right way around, and then it flips you.
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective.
And that part right there is so cool because
in a way that will enable you
the reason there's like a small gap there is because there's a thing on the other wall that it's like a cube that it's like one of those puzzles in other places in the game where you have to like line it up and then it'll appear. But it's like the more as you try to line it up, you're like constantly backing up to make it like line up right. I don't know how many times I just said line up, but you're trying to make it line up, so you're backing up a bunch, and you eventually backing up enough that you fall back into that hole, and it's such a it's such a clever little thing. I love that, but you don't get to experience that in the speedrun either.
Finally, while we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible.
Labyrinth is one of my favorite parts of this game, is because it
thereby entering a state
it just over and over
not be able to wake up,
takes what
help of triggering
like you've seen throughout the game and flips it. Oh, thank the Lord.
Please listen carefully for the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
I need a visual cue for when I'm for the corner. Oh, well, that was good. Well, there is kind of a visual cue. I walk through the center from the other corner. It's not perfect. Oop, I accidentally did it a little early. That's okay. Damn! Why was that so fast?
This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to
Hey, come on.
dream objects may
Just let me go.
result in dream integrity
Dude.
fail states.
Alright. Could be worse.
Paradox from creating any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. These paradox overload. Please overload for dream explosion. Exclusion dream overcall frame.
Apparently there's another way to do this part that I'm not even sure how, but one of the other runners for this game was watching me and was like, wow, that's an interesting way to do it. And I think it's a second faster. But I'm sure other people were already doing it to begin with, but I didn't even know there was another way to do it. And I still don't know how. Please.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and many years ago, I had a dream. I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing, where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space.
Man, it's gonna be hard to ever match the my cubism run, my cubism split that I got in my PB. That was a good fucking cubism.
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
As long as I do the chess pieces right. I could also do the cheese part a little faster. I think I messed that up. So I could get
You're well beyond dreaming
another
now,
nice
and
little
further
peepee.
out than anyone has ever come back from. But we hope that you won't get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
This part stresses me out a little bit. Alright. Okay, I'll accept it. That was not ideal. Why was that so weird? I don't know what I did differently. Please be fast. Oh my god. Damn!